Hey there, everybody. Welcome back. Uh, this is a VOD. This is what a VOD looks like because this thing came out at like 6 a.m. for me. And there ain't no way I'm waking up that early with peace and love. I'm just not going to do that.
In legend's beginning, the world was just a lump of flour. Then the gods cast yeast into it, and Albert was born from the dough.
Albert?
The Earth Titan
Oh,
granted
Albert.
it a divine body, and the Reason Titan bestowed it with thought. Add in rich emotions, noble virtues, oh, and don't forget a pinch of mischief.
After that, the Romance Titan transformed into golden butterflies, gently touching their chests.
I do like her a lot. Well, her voice. I like her voice a lot.
There is no word for romance in the Kremnoan language.
That ain't true.
Is that so? I heard Nikador once failed in love and even got into a fight with their rival.
Huh? That's just a baseless slander. A wild tale meant to tarnish Nikador's name.
Oh, Dee. This story is quite well known in Akama.
Lady Trebios, let me explain. Nikador is not that kind of titan.
What does that mean?
And so, the first
Everybody fall in love at some point.
Albie, do you like this story?
This Amphoria's place. Maybe I shouldn't have come.
On such a romantic day, why don't we raise a toast to all
What are the lore
beauty in the
implications of
world?
this? Because isn't the IPC not supposed to know about Amphorius or something?
Vitamos, can your murderous intent match up to what fate has in store for you?
Uh-huh.
In fear you shall abandon your mortal body, King of Kremnos. Let me have the honor of taking the lead in this battle.
This is a character trailer? Or a version trailer?
This journey is forged.
I don't know what I'm watching right now. Gotta be character trailer, right? Oh.
3 molded life with their hands, and 3 guided.
Okay.
His gate.
What was that about?
3 carved the heavens and the earth. 3 wove the threads of fate.
Hello, we are Treeby, Trian. Fighting the West Wind, away we go!
There's 3 of them? You get all 3 of them?
Numbers!
It's time to end this. Offer your souls to the fire.
The son of Urgo is destined to be crowned.
Okay, this is the version trailer, right? Yeah.
Stay alive.
What happened to Castros?
How we wish to see you again.
It's now my turn to fight against it.
Oh. Okay, well that looks intense. That looks intense. Okay. I'm not sure how I feel about that. There's a lot going on. I don't know about you guys. My 3.0 playthrough is up on the VODs channel right now, which is what you're watching, or yeah, no, that's what you're watching right now. Zoe's getting comfortable. You see her? You getting cozy? Okay. Buckle up. I felt like there was a lot of yapping in the 3.0 story, and it's not like I expect some yapping because there's a lot of context that has to be given. But it was a lot of like repetitive yapping. Like I go talk to 5 NPCs and then go back to Casters and she summarizes what all the 5 NPCs told me. That doesn't seem, you know what I mean? It's not been official.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening.
Welcome to the version 3.1 Lights.
So he agrees. There was a lot of yapping.
Choose the Throne special program. I'm your host, Albert. First,
She's
let's
looking out the
have
window
our
now.
esteemed guests
Okay, I have to
introduce
focus.
themselves.
Hello, everyone.
I have focus.
Treeby.
I am
Hold up.
Mighty, the successor of Kremnos.
Greetings, everyone.
Why don't they call him Midamus?
Liar.
Once again, a warm welcome to our Chrysos heirs. Your golden presence has made this special program shine even brighter.
I maintain it's weird that a representative of the
By
IPC.
the way, how did you come to Amphorius? Did you travel here with the two trailblazers by any chance?
Oh, it's a long story. One for another time. For now, let's just say that in Amphorius, it'll be my duty to host this special program for everyone.
Okay,
Welcome, Albie.
so they at least called out
This program has just
the
begun.
disconnect on
Looks
this.
like we've already revealed a lot about the new version, haven't
So I feel slightly better.
So, Treeby,
Look,
I feel a little bit
the
better about that.
version title, Light Slips the Gate, Shadow Greets the Throne, combined with the trailer we just watched, makes it clear that D will really shine this time.
If that's the case, Lady Tribios, then as a demigod of Yanis, the Passage Titan, you must also play a key role.
patience, everyone. Whether this is true will all be revealed in the Trailblaze mission of version 3.1. So in the last chapter, Nikidor's core flame was retrieved, and now another
I did that.
Chrysos heir, Finan,
I remember
faces
doing
the
that.
Titan's trial.
With the arrival of the Trailblazers, the Flame Chase journey reached a major breakthrough. Together, the Trailblazers and the Chrysos heirs reclaimed Nikidor's core flame. Afterward, Finan resolved to undergo the trial to ascend to demigodhood and inherit the divine power of strife.
But as Nikador once murmured to Snowy, your will wavers. We're worried that Snowy's inner turmoil might affect his performance.
There's no need for undue worry, teacher. On the
I
Flame
never really
Chase
understood
journey,
why that was the
Chrysos
case.
heirs support one
Either.
another, even if something unexpected happens to Finan. We've prepared contingencies to ensure the trial proceeds smoothly.
Like legitimately, up until the final moment, he was
Ever so
very steadfast in his desire to
As you
do
all know, the flame
you know,
chase journey is still pressed for time.
the dethroning of
Nikidor's core
Nikidor.
flame reclaimed. It's time to plan for the next one.
Does this mean we're going to battle another Titan?
Hey, not all core flames need to be reclaimed through violence.
They probably will be though.
3.1, our great hero, the Trailblazer, will act as an envoy, and along with their companions, set off for the Grove of Epiphany to continue our journey.
The Grove of Epiphany is a city-state that worships the Reason Titan, Circes. It's a cradle of knowledge
Okay.
for Amphorius, and maintains a good relationship with Akuma.
I'm on board with
Besides
this.
researching phenomena such as the Black Tide and the Titans, they also provide academic research support for the Flame Chase journey.
According to legend, at the dawn of their existence, the Reason Titan, Circes, descended in the form of
Oh, that's a
giant
person's
sacred
face.
tree. And around
In
their
the tree.
roots, a large verdant forest gradually formed.
The generous Circes allowed those who sought knowledge to study and rest there, freely imparting the world's wisdom to the once ignorant mortals. Under their guidance, humanity built courtyards within the forest and established schools, which eventually evolved into the Grove of Epiphany we know today.
I'm down to learn about
Looks like
Circes.
Circes is our next target.
Exactly. Like Kephalene,
Why are we calling them
Circes is
targets?
a titan friendly toward humanity, and has even
I feel
willingly
like you
entrusted their core
should-
flame to the grove for safekeeping.
That's great if there's
Uh,
no need for fighting.
I think it would make sense rather if we got
Ah,
the core
well,
flames from the
it's
Titans
not
in
quite
something that
so
was
easy.
relevant to the way that
The
they
Grove of Epiphany holds an
like, who they
unwavering
are.
reverence for Circes. This core flame is something they'd be very reluctant to part with.
like
Exactly.
fighting
That's
Nikidor
why
made
Akuma
sense
must dispatch
'cause
an
he's
envoy
like,
to the
you know,
Grove. In
the
3.1
war
storyline, the Trailblazers
Titan
will engage
guy
in
thing,
peaceful
right?
discussions about reclaiming the core flame with newfound Chrysos heir.
But Circes being the Titan of what was it called?
Oh.
But in
Reason,
the recent version trailer,
logic,
enemies were swarming in
the
like
intelligence one. It would be cool if we could get it if they're like solving
Actually, the
rapid fire
Grove was
puzzles or something,
recently
you know what I mean?
invaded by the Black Tide.
What?
Since the Arabellica, a substance known as the Black Tide, has descended upon Amphorius, whether human or Titan, anyone affected by it loses their sanity. Nikodor, once a stalwart defender against the Black Tide, naturally became the most severely corrupted Titan. With Nikodor's core flame reclaimed, Castrum Kremnos was left without its guardian Titan and was entirely consumed by the Black Tide. Its spread has since accelerated, and now the Grove is its next target.
We must hurry to save them and Cersei's core flame!
Exactly! The Grove's crisis cannot be ignored. Our Trailblazer will once again take on the heroic mission of seeking and aiding survivors, gathering intelligence about the catastrophe, and locating Cersei's core flame to bring it back to Akama. During this process, the Trailblazer will encounter a mysterious enemy attempting to steal the core flame. The masked figure shown fighting the Trailblazer in the trailer.
The one with the mask and cloak? Ooh, they look like a major villain.
They look cool though.
Guess. What faction do they belong to?
They're an unknown enemy.
That's tight.
This journey to the Grove may be more perilous than expected.
For now, let's call them the Flame Reaver.
That's a dope
To
sword.
help our Trailblazer navigate their hero's journey, I brought some intel about this Flame Reaver. In battle, the Flame Reaver can summon clones to fight alongside them. These clones can launch joint attacks with the Flame Reaver. Moreover, the Flame Reaver can absorb these clones to gain buffs. Consuming these buffs allows the Flame Reaver to unleash even more devastating attacks.
That may not be a problem for me, but an enemy using clones to fight will surely challenge the Trailblazer.
In combat, the Trailblazer must quickly eliminate the clones to prevent the Flame Reaper from launching joint attacks or gaining enhancements.
Erudition?
Honestly,
Is that a plug for Erudition?
Manage life.
Be careful what you wish for. More clones might mean facing more trials and challenges.
Dude, I'm gonna make the
Speaking of
craziest
trials,
Erudition team.
I've always been curious about the trial required to ascend as a demigod. Lady Trebios, you were the very first demigod and therefore first Chrysos heir on this land to pass a Titan's trial. What exactly did you go through when you received Yanis's core flame?
This is a bit embarrassing to say, but we really can't remember those events from so long ago.
It happened during the Era Chrysia. For the people of Amphorius now, it would be considered ancient history.
That's okay. With the Trailblazer around, anything is possible. In the main storyline of version 3.1, the Trailblazer will harness the power of Orynyx to stir up ripples of the past, guiding everyone to revisit that piece of history.
Okay.
Return to Treebe's homeland and show
That's cool.
everyone the abyss of fate in its prime. Some long-buried secrets from the Era Chrysia will also be unearthed, becoming clear bit by bit.
So this is what the Abyss of Fate looks like in its heyday. Nothing like the desolate state it's in now.
That's right. In the distant past, the Abyss of Fate was a city called Yanisopolis. It was Amphorius' sanctum of privacy,
Yanisopolis.
the ultimate destination for all pilgrims.
That's a mouthful.
And the place where the three Titans of Fate revealed their divine miracles.
It seems we'll have the chance to learn how humanity's first demigod came into being.
Exactly. But let's leave it at that for now. Trailblazers, uncover this story for yourselves in the main storyline of version 3.1 and learn about Treebe's past. Now, let's take a look at the Treebe of today.
Okay, so these are the character spotlight thingies. Why the letter delivering?
Quick question. The one who popped out of the box holding a letter
Harmony
and
Night
I know this one.
Quantum?
Trina. It was
Quantum.
Trina.
correct answer. No rewards though.
Because they look so alike. My teachers often have people unfamiliar with them play the Guess Who I Am game in daily life.
The one who suggested this game. Could it be Trian?
Huh? Right again!
Of course. The three of them have very different personalities, making them easy to tell apart. Trinan is silent and sharp with both eyes covered. Trian is mischievous little rascal with fringed eyebrows. And Treeby is the most outgoing and lively.
Typically, Treeby is the main spokesperson, responsible for communicating with the Chrysos heirs. Trinan focuses on maintaining and interpreting prophecies, while Trian is primarily in charge of opening and maintaining the Century Gate.
So here's a question for me. Why are there three of you identical little girls?
That relates to the duties of the Chrysos heirs. We were the world's first demigod, receiving the prophecy of deliverance from Kefali. To spread the prophecy across Amphorius, we split into many versions of ourselves and used Yanis's Century Gate to travel quickly to various places.
Through our teacher's tireless efforts, the Chrysos heirs gradually united as allies. Because of this, our teacher holds great prestige among the Chrysos heirs.
But speaking of opening gates,
Split into.
Trinan previously revealed that Trian is nearing her limit and might only be able to open the Sentry Gate twice.
We just.
Don't scare
We're-
me. So there's a
We're,
limit to
we're
how
just gonna
many
gloss
times
over
the
that.
gate can be opened?
Using divine
Huh?
power to open the gate comes at a steep price. Every time the Sentry Gate is used, it takes something out of them. Over time, this deterioration reaches a limit.
Reaching that limit won't lead to anything bad happening, will it?
Losses are a constant on the flame chase journey, among which even life itself holds little value. The weight of those words grows heavier, or
Okay.
perhaps clearer, over time.
Yo, tell us how you really feel.
Dear, why is the atmosphere so heavy? Let's not dwell on it. We're prepared for whatever may come, and we want all our friends to stay cheerful. Albie, let's introduce our abilities now.
All right, no problem. Treeby is a quantum character following the path of harmony.
I've got
In
coffee.
battle, she wields a rocket as her
'Cause it do be
primary
early.
weapon. For instance, she can use the rocket to launch enemies and create a special dimension filled with stars and moons.
Ooh.
When the dimension is active, enemies take increased damage.
No matter how many times I see it, this combat style doesn't get any less adorable.
Don't underestimate our rocket. It's a genius invention with precision targeting. We
Totally.
refined it countless times. We also deal damage to the enemy with the highest remaining HP, depending on the number of enemies hit. The more enemies there are, the greater the damage we deal. Additionally, when a teammate uses their ultimate, we launch a follow-up attack against the enemy.
Even in ever-changing combat scenarios, Treeby can work closely with various teammates to provide buffs. She can frequently trigger follow-up attacks, helping the team swiftly take down opponents.
Exactly! As a character following the path of harmony, Treeby not only creates a more advantageous environment for her teammates, but is also a capable fighter herself. With Treeby on the team, you might just unlock new levels of combat potential.
Indeed.
Bro, she's an erudition buff.
Guiding the Chrysos heirs on the flame chase journey, our teacher is also an essential ally in battle.
Bro, they even put Serval down there in the demo, dude.
Let's move on to discuss another key character in version 3.1, Mighty! Without further ado, let's watch a video.
Though honestly, Serval seems more like an alt spammer versus a true erudition, but I guess it's just because her skill does AoE. Oh, yeah. Maybe they hadn't quite figured that erudition back then when she launched. I don't know. Okay, that was a sick ult though. That was cool though. Y'all gotta admit,
Crown Prince of Kremna.
that was kind of cool.
Warrior of Akama, a lone lion, a man among man, a man.
Stop!
Imaginary destruction.
Really that exciting?
To be honest, Mighty is my idol.
Interesting.
He's the ideal version of myself.
Isn't that what Imbibitor
I
Lune
aspire
is?
to be like him. Strong, unyielding, a real tough guy. No, a tough bird.
A tough guy? Do you mean like bathing in molten iron, Mr. Albert?
Huh?
Or perhaps drinking the blood of your enemies?
Maybe drinking some of Kremnos' signature pomegranate juice, doing push-ups, stuff like that. Oh.
Give me 500 push-ups. I'll count. Start.
Let's focus on the show first. Doing so many push-ups on the spot isn't appropriate, and viewers wouldn't enjoy watching it either.
Yeah, we would.
Be so sure.
They definitely wouldn't.
I would.
Back to the topic.
I would watch that live stream.
Previous story, against Nikador's attack, Mighty single-handedly held back the rampaging Titan, buying precious time for his companions. He's so cool, handsome.
Totally! Even though he might seem unapproachable at first, once you get to know him, you'll see he's super reliable.
Through rigorous self-discipline, day in and day out, he's always ready to step up at critical moments. If I had such a dependable and capable leader, I'd follow him to the end of the earth. But there's a line in his character description that really caught my attention. The blood of patricide flows through Kremnos' royal line. Ooh, sounds like Mighty bears a heavy past.
Castrum Kremnos has a tradition of being crowned in blood. Since its founding, every new king of Castrum Kremnos has killed the reigning king to claim the throne, without exception.
Yikes! So that's how it is in a city that worships strife. Bloody succession to the throne.
Because of this tradition, and a prophecy foretelling Mighty's eventual ascension, his father cast him into the Sea of Souls shortly after his birth, attempting to kill him before he could grow up.
That's so cruel!
That's
How could he bring himself to do that?
But
Yikes.
in the end,
okay.
Mighty returned to Castrum Kremnos with an immortal body. He led the discontented citizens of Kremnos away from their mad king, wandering the lands and waging war until he joined the flame chase journey.
What doesn't kill him only makes him stronger, huh? But
Albert
why
just had a
did
bat.
Mighty refuse the core flame
Maybe
of
I'll see
strife
that.
and give it to Finan instead. With his combat prowess, if he accepted it, he'd surely become the most powerful demigod, an unstoppable force on the flame chase.
Strife, slaughter, glory. These have been the traditions of Kremnoans and their destiny for 1,000 years. But is this destiny truly what the Kremnoans deserve? I refuse to let such a bloody tradition continue.
But Dee, the Kremnoan people in Akama have always expected you to ascend the throne, lead them back to their homeland, and restore their glory. Now that we've reclaimed Nikador's core flame and located the whereabouts of Castrum Kremnos, how will you answer their expectations?
Give me more time to think.
As the last prince, he is burdened with the fate of an entire kingdom. He must consider their honor and sense of belonging while forging a truly beneficial path for them. Oh, what a heavy task. As for Mighty's decision and the fate of the Kremnoans, stay tuned for the Trailblaze mission in version 3.1. No matter what, I can guarantee one thing. When Mighty is around, he'll have you back, especially in battle. Mighty is an imaginary character following the path of destruction. And
I honestly
in
thought
that,
he would be,
leverages his undying body to engage
fire.
the enemy. His undying nature grants him an extremely high max HP.
Imaginary is kind of an odd pick for him, I
utilize my
think.
HP advantage against the enemy. By consuming my HP, I also unleash even greater power.
Oh, so he's Blade.
Mighty keeps track of his total HP loss during combat. Once the accumulated
Who I
losses
think was
are
also, like, kind of immortal, right?
himself, fully demonstrating his prowess as the Kremnoan warrior. During this time, he unleashes a storm of attacks on his enemies, dealing massive damage and showing them the wrath of Kremnos' crowned prince.
Wow! Dee is so imposing! Like a lion dominating the battlefield!
In my enhanced state, I sacrifice defense for greatly increased HP and max HP. As my HP continues to drop, my abilities transform further, delivering even more destructive blows to my enemies.
A warrior rejected
Interesting.
by death. Let's battle till the world's final breath.
Wait, did he just drop and get back up?
Fine combat style. The spirit of Kremnoan warriors is no joke.
All right, next, let's take a look at version 3.1's banners.
In version 3.1's first half warp event, Trailblazers can acquire the limited 5-star character,
Oh.
Yuumi! The limited 5-star light cone, if time were a flower, will also have a boosted drop rate.
In version 3.1's second half warp event, Trailblazers can acquire the limited
Ooh.
5-star character, Mighty. The limited 5-star light cone.
That's a rough
is
4-star lineup.
my path.
Outside of
Also have a
Zhuyi.
boosted drop rate.
Additionally, these characters and light cones will be rerun.
Okay.
And
Yunli.
all right, time for a short break. The program
Yo,
resumes.
do I need to get Huohuo? Because, like, she is like the dot healer, right? Do I need to get her? Do I need to get her? Low key, I was kind of regretting not picking up Lingsha again. And it's crazy. I think this is the first time they've rerun Huohuo. Huohuo? Huohuo. I never remember how to say her name right. Dude, I may need to pick her up. I really don't like her character. The fox is cool, but he doesn't do, it's 10% of the character.
Welcome back. Now let's take a look at the new content.
I may need to
coming
pick her up.
3.1. First, the Divergent Universe will introduce a brand new research topic related to Amphorius.
Divergent universe? What's that?
Oh, right. Mighty, you might not know yet. Simply put, it's a study on mortals and fate. As mentioned earlier in the program in version 3.1, the Trailblazer will head to the Grove of Epiphany, a renowned academic institution.
What are the
in
purple
Amphorius.
items down there?
The scholars of the Grove wove vast amounts of knowledge into the memory of the sacred tree.
What's this?
However, due to the corrosion of the Black
And
Tide,
that, and that.
much of this network has decayed, leaving only fragments of text intact.
Also, is that a new light cone?
The Grove's librarians hope the Trailblazer can become the inheritor of this library's knowledge, preserving these memories and passing on the flame of Amphorius' civilization.
Even in this era of endless strife and the relentless black tide, as long as true history remains, the flame of civilization will endure.
That's right! The Grove not only collects myths and histories of Amphorius, but also records the Trailblazer's journey.
That's cool.
Integrating Titan technology, they've created Divergent Universe Protean
As a
Hero.
professional historian,
Since it's Titan technology, it's
I
bound to be
approve.
distinct from the Divergent Universe the audience is familiar with.
I feel like this
Whether
patch
or
is
not
going to be the
your
one I'm
world
most
has
excited
a
about for
Titan
the story.
cycle, in Divergent Universe Protean Hero, you must have one.
Oh.
This time, the battles revolve around
Ooh.
the day and night system.
Eh?
First, each battle alternates between day and night. These two states bring different boosts to combat, and additional effects occur during transitions between day and night. At the start of exploration, Trailblazers must choose the state that best suits their team's traits.
As exploration progresses, after entering a certain number of domains, Trailblazers can also select a day and night blessing, known as Golden Blood's Boons. These blessings take effect during the corresponding state. Trailblazers can choose different branches of blessings to further enhance combat effectiveness in specific states.
The figures appearing on the day and night blessings look so familiar. Why is that?
Indeed. This is also Titan technology and another highlight of Divergent Universe Protean Hero. The new day and night system and its blessings are closely tied to the Titans and the Chrysos heirs.
In version 3.1's Divergent Universe, 6 types of Titan Odes will be available for Trailblazers.
So,
to
like, the
experience.
Eons
More will
and
be introduced
the
in future
Geniuses.
versions.
Each Titan Ode corresponds to a different buff system. Trailblazers just need to select the most suitable Titan Ode for their team to tackle challenges with ease.
The Grove's Divergent Universe offers the most authentic Amphorian experience.
Clearing the Divergent Universe also rewards Branch of Rights. This can be used in the Titan Ode section to unlock more buffs and upgrade them, as well as uncover the corresponding Titan's mythological tales.
Now, my 3 dear guests, please choose your Titan.
We're curious about how many Titan stories the Grove has interpreted. So let's go with the one we're most familiar with, Gate of Infinity.
If I could learn more about the past of Nestia and the other Titans, I'm sure it would give the Flame Chase journey a clearer direction. I'll choose Chrysalis of Gold.
Lance of Fury. Let me witness the kind of glory you held in the past.
Ooh, excellent choices. Everyone has very clear goals.
After all that, which Titan will you choose, Owlbert?
The answer lies in the name of this divergent universe, Protean Hero. The mysteries of Titan technology hold endless possibilities. I firmly believe that if I explore more, I'll uncover more fun, intriguing, and Albert-appropriate ways to play. Besides the day and night system and Titan blessings, the Divergent Universe Protean Hero also brings more Protean challenges to the Trailblazers. This Divergent Universe's Conundrum mode will introduce astronomical division gameplay.
Although heroes have countless facets, no matter their nature, they all make choices to climb to higher peaks and experience more intense battles.
But for novices like me, who are unfamiliar with the Divergent Universe, what if they can't figure it out?
Don't worry. The Divergent Universe...
I'm fairly confident y'all figured out.
...only includes an astronomical division...
I believe in you.
...but also adds a strategy system. Trailblazers can view and apply strategies and even like and save them. After applying a strategy, the system will give a corresponding recommendation to the Trailblazer based on their currently owned equations, weighted curios, and team lineup.
So we're just...
Additionally, in the selection interface for
we're taking all the
Trailblazer
guesswork out.
curios, the system will
Okay.
suggest the optimal options.
Okay.
This way, you can
Sure, yeah.
easily follow the guide and enjoy a smoother experience in the Divergent Universe.
I guess I appreciate the fact that they made a really complex
For more information or even upload your own
battle
strategies.
system
Not only that,
with a lot of complicated
the
mechanics
Divergent
involved.
Protean Hero, enemy drops will also
And then they're like, here,
transform
just
into
use
special
use this how-to guide.
Are you referring to the
To get through
materials
it.
used for character ascension and traces leveling?
Correct. When you're short on materials for character ascension or traces leveling, the enemy drops can be automatically exchanged for these special materials. Moreover, this update adds a new exchangeable 5-star remembrance light cone and her
Tight.
store. Rewards like avatars and phone wallpapers.
This
from
is why,
the human
chat,
body will also
you
become
do not
available in
use-
Herda's store.
You do not use the Herd of
In
Redemption
addition to
stuff
the thrilling challenges of the Divergent Universe, version 3.1
for
also
tickets,
brings light
for normal
moments and
tickets.
adorable events for
You always just
Trailblazers.
hoard them.
First up,
You hoard them and wait for the new light cone to drop.
Woo firm.
Awoo.
The what?
Wait, wrong species. The Awu here refers to the chimeras of Amphorius.
Oh, so that's what chimeras sound like.
That's right. Chimeras are artificially nurtured, adorable little creatures. The residents of Amphorius train these chimeras to help with simple tasks.
Doubt.
And the Awu firm is the organization they work for.
Chimeras have to go to work too?
Surprised, Mr. Albert? The war with Nigador caused significant damage to Akama. There's a lot of urgent work to be done, and chimeras are indispensable in the reconstruction efforts.
What are they gonna
However,
do?
Among the chimeras, there's a particular squad that hasn't been performing up to expectations lately.
So, Trailblazers can take on the role of manager, personally helping the Chimera squad.
Wait, do we get to keep a little chimera to follow us around?
Team of all.
The work objectives are clear.
Like the little sleepy cloud pig thing we got?
When it comes to work, Each chimera has different strengths and, of course, shortcomings. Trailblazers can assign suitable chimeras to tasks, adjust the team composition based on their traits, and create the strongest squad possible. After that, the chimeras will automatically carry out their work. As the manager, Trailblazers just need to supervise.
The leaderboard will show team rankings. Keep aiming for a higher performance ranking to help the chimeras outperform other squads and become the ultimate workplace champions!
Doesn't sound too hard. Even someone like Finan could handle this with ease. Right?
Don't be so mean to Snowy! And don't underestimate the chimeras, Dee! Each one has a unique name, appearance, and personality!
Do we need to keep
As a
one?
manager, you need to understand your employees to assign tasks effectively. Plus, there are some tricky characters to watch out for. For example, there's Shock Force, who's overly eager.
Do we get to
and
keep one?
Old Honest, who silently endures everything. I can't go on. What are these names? All right. Let's move on to the next version event.
Recently, in Akima, there's been a surge of counterfeit antiques made with cutting-edge technology, conning many residents. In the event Holy City Appraisals, Trailblazers will assist Theodoros, the antique shop owner, in appraising these treasures and cleaning up the antiques market.
Appraisals? Well, Finan's weird hobbies are rubbing off on others. Ugh. Besides, how can the Trailblazers, as outsiders,
Is this just like a daily task thing?
antiques?
Don't worry, it's simple.
Yeah, okay.
Trailblazers only need to submit different materials to Theodoros
Yeah, okay.
daily, and the rest will be handled by him. I, Albert, promise there will be no shortage of fun appraisal stories and plenty of rewards for Trailblazers.
Oh.
Okay, now let's take a short break, and the show will resume when we're back.
I'm gonna be honest. It doesn't seem like a lot this patch. And I feel like it is probably because they are launching the new Divergent Universe thing. And typically when they've done those patches, except for like maybe one, it has been a slightly lower pack patch. And I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't know if it's enough. I don't know if it's enough. I have a lot of games to play, so I don't necessarily mind it. But for people who just solo Star Rail,
Up next, we have a few more version updates to share with everyone.
I don't
I
know.
heard from the Trailblazer about an old friend called the Gift of Odyssey.
That's right. In version 3.1, Trailblazers can once again earn a 10 warp reward through the Gift of Odyssey check-in event.
It's so weird when a new patch launches in Genshin,
Additionally,
and I
version
log
3.1
in on my
introduces
normal
new
Sunday
materials for
2-hour spree.
everyone. Stagnant Shadow, Shape of Jelly
Ooh.
Moon, and
We
Stagnant
don't-
Shadow
I don't have
Shape
any
of
login
Sunshine will be
bonuses.
available soon.
You know what I mean?
Successfully
weird.
challenging these will provide Treebees and Mighty's ascension materials, respectively.
And
Okay.
Boreas also brings new golden calyxes. Now you can farm.
I like the
credits
moon.
and
The moon's
experience
cool.
materials there too.
Version 3.1 also introduces 2 new sets of planar ornaments: Bone Collection Serene Domain and Giant Tree of Wrapped Brooding. You can quickly obtain them through the planar ornament extraction function in the Divergent Universe.
In version 3.1, the Planar Fissure and Realm of the Strange Events will also return.
Good.
Completing them will earn you double rewards.
That's good.
Exactly. And that's not all. Version 3.1 brings several.
I never get anything good from them anyway, but,
The
but like,
material synthesis system will
yeah.
be optimized. The process
Oh.
of synthesizing trace materials will become much more convenient.
okay.
Does that mean we can synthesize purple materials directly from green ones?
Yeah, that's right.
This eliminates some of the cumbersome extra steps.
Okay, that's a good
The
update.
build guide will also receive an update. In version 3.1, when you set a character as the build target, the Interastral Peace Handbook will display all the materials needed for building that character, along with shortcuts to relevant stages to farm those materials.
Also a good
After its
update.
preview ends, Trailblazers can even set newly revealed characters as their build target and start farming the necessary materials in advance.
Okay, that's huge. That's really nice.
Preparation's so much easier.
And it looks like we received a special announcement from the project team. Let's take a look.
大家好，我是崩坏系列 IP 烧鸡。
Narrative designer. Okay.
我们收到了来自开
We see lots of feedback and suggestions from our Trailblazers. From what we've seen, certain aspects of 3.0 didn't achieve the results we were aiming for.
以开拓任务为例，
Let's take the Trailblaze mission, for example. Sometimes you had to push the ball multiple times to open the door, or running around a lot to face Titan. Yes, this feeling of fatigue doesn't really fit the Honkai Star Rail's signature style. That's why we've been reviewing and optimizing main story experience, including both the current version 3.0 and all content moving forward. Good.
开发者电台提到的阅读体验
Developer radio streamlines text and optimizing puzzles. We will also be working mission progress.
以 3.0 版本
Okay.
开拓者在前往过去的旋风城时，不再需要折返跑路。
There's no need for backtracking.
开始
Good.
通过一条正确的道路就能。
Bro, I thought I was gonna lose my mind.
这里的玩法会被安排到主线外，成为开拓者自由探索的选项。当然，还有对白、演出、探索。
Performance and exploration elements.
结果，我们会在未来
For all future versions, we'll make more detailed improvements to every aspect, aiming to deliver better content to you all.
开拓者好，我是游戏设计胖克。除了像刚才
Adding to what Shoji said, we're also making changes to 3.1 subsequent versions.
3.1版本为例，我们
We reduced the number of enemies in maps. Dude, hold up. I gotta yap about this real quick. I gotta yap about this real quick. So there was a point where you were with the one dude, the guy who got the core flame, and Mighty. I can't remember the guy's name. This snowy guy, right? And you were in a competition of getting the most like little emblem things from the enemies that you beat. Now I have Acheron, which means I can just insta-kill. And I think there were only a couple like story-driven fights that forced me to actually go into combat. It was like maybe 3 times. It still felt like it took a long time, and I was just instant murking. Okay? If you didn't have Acheron, like if you just started in 3.0, and you had to fight all of those things, dude, to make sure that you beat Mighty, brother, I'm telling you, that was like a 90-minute endeavor. And that would have taken players so long if they couldn't just insta nuke. You know what I mean? So I get it. I understand they're trying to do a story thing, but the execution of it just feels really bad. And the reason why I thought it felt really bad was ultimately because you were going to have to come back to these areas to get like new chests and other areas that had opened up off the side of the main quest areas, right? And they've done that every single time so far. So why is the story progression so gridlocked when you got to come back and do the other puzzle mechanics within the environment anyway? Which is why I'm like, why are we going through the overworld tutorials during the story when we're going to have to come back and do it again anyway? In addition to all the backtracking and the running around and stuff, it felt so overly tedious. It took me out of the actual story. And if you watch my 3.0 story VOD, you will see me slowly start to lose my mind after like hour 6 or 7. And it's just a slow regression of like, oh my God, please stop talking. There was a point, I think in the final hour, where I just started skipping lines and I was speed reading it. I wasn't waiting for the lines to be spoken out. Because I was just like, dude, when does this is crazy. So I'm glad that they're addressing that, because that is without a doubt one of the worst things they can do to keep you involved in the story. I think in their minds they were trying to create a very immersive experience and really put you in the world. But at the same time, it was so tedious that it took me out of the world because I was so hyper focused on getting through the mechanics and like doing all the little things in the overworld during the story. That's great when you're not trying to progress a storyline, right? Because you want to know what comes next, what's going to happen next. But like get the environment in like immersion after the story. Go back, explore the routes, find hidden little corridors or whatever. Let that be your immersive experience. Let the story be what it is. And help the players get to the story faster. You don't have to release a 12-hour story every patch. And again, Amphorius is going every 3.x version. You don't have to have, half a day in story just to make it seem like, oh, look how involved it is. You could tell a really good, involved story, but be concise about it. And whether the story is 10 hours long or 3 hours long, as long as it is well written and your audience is not, frankly, put off or agitated by the way in which they have to experience the story, it's going to be well received. And they can write good story. They can. But when they're trying to merge it into this overworld exploration stuff, they absolutely fell flat. And that is by far my biggest gripe with 3.0. So I'm glad they're addressing that.
希望保证谜题与剧情的结合更加紧密，且不致有很强的打断感。在原本的设计中，地图中有几处扎格列斯之手玩法，开拓者需要多次切换操作视角，但其实只是。
Also, it's really sick you can punch stuff with a giant hand. I just want to point that out.
这样的设计不仅繁琐，也没有很强的趣味性。
And not particularly fun. Yes. Yes. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
我们意识到这样的设计不仅繁琐。
The design was cumbersome and not particularly fun. Bro, thank you. I felt like I was going crazy. I felt like I was insane. I have never felt more seen right now in a freaking video game. And the whole time I was doing the record, I was like, man, I feel like people are going to flame me for this, dude. I seriously hope nobody's like, I'm not going to get like, Hoyo Defender just bombarding me with stuff. I'm so glad that this was a universal feeling. We as a player base, I'm glad we're collectively in sync on this, man. That's crazy. We've removed the less engaging elements from the main story. Yes. Thank you. Yes, those are cool. I like those. Do you know why the hand puzzles are dope, by the way? Because the hand is meant ultimately to get through, broken bridges or stacks of boxes that are blocking your path. The hand is meant to guide you forward on a path to continue the story. And that's a good thing. And it doesn't involve a lot of backtracking, typically. Typically, it does not involve a lot of backtracking. The one thing I could say is that perhaps make the little hand activation podium thing like more frequent throughout the particular map so that you can access it from different points more easily. So you can do crazy stuff with the hand, okay? That's my only gripe on the hand puzzle thing. Other than that, it's dope. You can even punch enemies so you don't have to fight them. That's sick. I like that a lot. The hand thing is cool. I'm glad they're keeping that. I'm glad we all universally like the hand thing. Just make it more accessible throughout the map.
能让开拓者更好地探索文法螺丝，享受解谜乐趣，同时也欢迎开拓者提出更多的建议和反馈。
Thanks, Project Team. All right.
W.
That brings us to the end of today's special
W.
Any final thoughts from our guests?
W Project Team update.
I hope everyone enjoys
I know that they
studying
had put out a little
Ethan
bulletin.
Lamborghese' story.
I read it. I got the gist of it. I didn't make a video on it or anything because I wanted to see if it was just talk. Frankly, I didn't think it would be because I trust the Star Rail dev team for the most part. Like when they say they're going to do something, they typically
And
deliver.
Of course, there are plenty of chimeras waiting for us to lead them.
I'm so glad they took it. And it's quick. It's quick turnaround too.
And now the version 3.1 special program has come to an end. That's a wrap. Bye-bye.
Bye now.
Farewell.
Oh, is that it? That's it. Okay. All right. So the quality of life stuff is great. The fact that they took the story feedback and are immediately addressing it, also great. I am still relatively unsure that the actual content of 3.1 is going to be enough to compete with everything else that's going on right now. Genshin's a dead patch from what I've heard. I haven't even looked at it yet. I'm not exactly in a hurry to either for what it's worth. But Wuthering Waves has a pretty in-depth update. They added a whole new game mode. The story obviously is continuing at a very good pace. During the last version preview program thing, we got a complete outline of up to, I think, 2.3 or 4. Is a daily antiques appraisal event and like a Chimera work simulator event. Like, is that enough? The simulated universe update seems cool, but at the same time, they implemented a guide process to like fast track you through things. I don't know. I don't know. I may just have a slightly more sour opinion on things just because the 3.0 story sat so poorly with me in the way that they executed going through it. So I am hoping content being what it is for 3.1, it does not feel like that much, to be honest. But they did update SimUni, right? Or I guess Divergent Universe. So that again, typically they have lower content amount when they do like bigger updates for that mode. I'm hoping, praying that them fixing the progression stuff for traversing the maps and going through the story in each update, making that better. I'm hoping that brings me back in, genuinely. It's still good, but like I'm not as enthralled with it as I was in previous versions, right? And I do have a Penacony bias. I think the 2.0 stuff, the 2.0 through 2.3, I think was the main Penacony arc. I think all that was insane. It was so good. And I'm biased towards that. But I'm hoping they can bring me back. And I am willing and open to see if that can be done. So I am still with a little bit of skepticism looking forward to 3.1. I will still be playing it. I will put the story up on the VODs channel. You can check that out if you are interested. And yeah, that's that. That's this. Let me know what you thought in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.